What's up, everybody, and welcome back to All the Things Sort of Truth, the alcohol-fueled chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sort of Truth series with a tin bowl full of craft beer on the side. That's more my size. I'm Nate.
And I'm Jade.
And this week we're going to be talking about Chapter 37, A Wizard's First Rule.
Mm-hmm.
There's really not too much to this chapter. It's very short.
Right.
I mean, compared to the last one, which was over an hour.
Yeah. The last one was a lot longer than this one. There's a lot more to wade through.
Yeah, and this chapter was like 25 minutes, tops.
Before we get into it, I do want to say thank you to everybody who contributed in some way to the live episodes. I know they were last minute. I know they were crazy, but we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that last one was rough, but I had a blast.
Sorry to anybody who missed it because we didn't give a whole lot of advanced warning out there. I know things aren't super, smooth when we do those episodes. We're going to keep trying to get better, and I really appreciate all of the feedback on the posts that we've been posting the last couple days. So keep that up. We are going to be going live this week. As soon as we have the exact date and time, I will let you guys know what that is on the Facebook page. But yeah, keep letting us know what you think, giving us feedback back on those polls and stuff. We love to hear what you guys think. Back to the story.
All right. Well, this synopsis is pretty straightforward. Richard is a wizard, supposedly.
Yeah.
And Rachel is fucked.
Yeah.
Yep. That's awful lighthearted. Main character screwed.
Straight to the point.
Yeah, it was. It was a very short chapter, like we were saying. But they leave you with a hell of a cliffhanger.
Yeah, they do. And there is a lot of explanation in the middle of the chapter of shit that we didn't really know the ins and outs of.
Right.
So let's get there.
Well, all right.
The chapter starts, and Richard and Kaylin are talking over the preparation of tava root porridge, which sounds so awesome.
Breakfast.
Yeah.
I did look around today just a little bit, and I couldn't find tava. I don't think it's a real thing.
Yeah, I feel like they use the root of it, too. So it seems kind of like ginger, but you wouldn't use ginger in this way. Because you use, small amounts of ginger when you use it. But they're going to have to get more shit after tonight anyways, because they're going to run out. They talk about Watch last night, and Kaylin also heard the creepy thing murdering things, and but they're not really worried.
No, Richard saw it following them, and now it's been around camp, the last couple of camps. Nothing has happened. It's not attacking. It seems to be kind of keeping its distance. So Richard is going to stay aware, because it's better to have eyes on something creeping around you. But he doesn't feel the need to do anything about it because it's keeping its distance and hasn't hurt anybody yet. So fuck it. That's a smart move, right?
I get the logic. All right. But I personally would not feel super comfy sleeping out in the open with something running around killing things.
Right.
I don't care if you're like, oh, I read its eyes. Its intention is pure. Fuck you.
You're assuming too much.
Yeah, you don't know.
You are not the Tiger King, okay?
You are not Joe Exotic, Richard. Calm down.
I just had to bring it up. We just watched that this week. So they make breakfast, and Kaylin is like, why are you being so quiet? Why don't you want to wake him up? And Richard, I can picture him just grinning his ass off, being like, watch. And then he takes the spoon and he taps it on his tin bowl, and Zedd wakes up just like that. He's like, oh, what's going on? Breakfast?
Yeah, he immediately knows the sound of somebody eating without him.
That's our Zedd. Yeah, eating without him. What the hell? That's a spoon in a dish. You guys have already started?
Yeah, that's exactly why. And Richard is in such a good mood just because this is back in his life now. Like Zedd's personality, all that comes with him is around. And Kaylin's like, dude, you're in a good mood. He's like, yeah. Fucking Zedd, man.
The levity he brings to a situation was much needed.
Yes. So they start chit-chatting over their porridge, and Richard tricks Zedd into admitting he made Kaylin tell him what Shota said using Wizard's first rule.
Yeah. He looks at Zedd and he goes, so Kaylin told me that you made her tell you.
Yeah.
What Shota had told me. And Zedd immediately freaks out like, what? Kaylin, what the hell?
Yeah, what the fuck?
And she's just like, dude, I didn't.
And then she's like, Zedd, what the fuck? I didn't. Richard's just sitting over there calmly eating his porridge. Like, yeah, that was all you, dude. I was going to tell you. I was sitting up last night thinking about it. You're right. You should know. Just like we talked about in the episode. He should know. You shouldn't be keeping secrets anymore, bud. And he realized, though, that he didn't need to because Zedd was going to get it out of Kaylin himself.
Right. I mean, the dude's a fucking wizard. He has ways.
And I think just Zedd's personality of not being able to let something like that go, probably. Like, he just knew that Zedd was going to push the issue when he wasn't around, I think.
Right. And what makes this kind of a big deal is that apparently Richard could have done this to anybody, but not a wizard, and specifically not a wizard of Zedd's ability. He's like, dude, you have the gift. You got me. You did.
Yeah.
And you could eventually learn to become a wizard of the First Order.
Right.
And Richard is immediately like, nah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Thanks, man. I don't want to be a fucking wizard, okay?
I'm done with magic. It's not super great.
Yeah. And I mean, that's what his stance was in the last chapter. He's like, when all this shit is done, I'm going home.
Yeah.
And then I want to have nothing to do with any of this.
And I'm going to make you put the boundary up so I don't have to deal with it anymore.
Right.
He didn't say that to him yet, but that's like his plan.
Yeah.
But Zedd's like, you already passed the first test by tricking me. It's fine to trick like any other person, but Zedd particularly cannot be tricked in this way, which kind of made me think he was talking himself up just like a little bit, because he was like, you could trick anybody, but you can't. I'm unfuckable.
Close. Normally you say, you can't fuck me up. I'm unfuckable.
Yeah.
You just went right to it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he does ask about Addie here in a minute, and I don't think he says he's unfuckable. He does say that the other wizards he taught, wizards of the Second and the Third Order, Second Order is Giller,
Right.
You know that, says that they weren't born with the gift, they just had the calling. Like, they went to school and became wizards.
Yeah.
Like, who do we know that went to school to become a wizard? Sorry.
But he also had the gift.
Right. That's what sets Richard apart. He has the gift.
Having the calling is just being like if you have the calling to be in the medical field and you go to school to become a nurse, as
Right.
opposed to like being born with the ability to heal, which is a totally real thing.
Right.
So, in passing, Zedd starts to say that Richard has to learn to control the magic or whatever, but he stops himself before saying exactly why that is, and he just tells Richard he's going to teach him how, and everything will be fine.
Now, just beyond that moment, he's like, hey, can you command the wind? You know, because of the prophecy. And Richard, he's fucking around and going, oh, yeah, I can control the wind.
For sure, guys.
Woo! But why the hell, after not being told about the whole Samuel thing with the sword, would Richard not be like, wait, what do you mean? I have to control the otherwise, or what?
Yeah.
Or what?
Or what?
You're gonna fucking tell me now.
Yeah. Can we stop having that fine print that I don't read?
The last time I wasn't sure what was going on, you gave me a magic sword that's gonna turn me into Golem.
Yeah.
So, hard pass, tell me.
Tell me.
But no, that doesn't happen. Instead, he just kind of decides to laugh at Zedd for even bringing up the thought that he may have the gift.
Right. And he laughs at Kaylin, too, because when they're like, oh, can you command the wind? Kaylin is, like, wrapping her cloak around her.
They're getting ready for some shit to go down.
They're all waiting for... You guys don't think he would have mentioned at some point in, like, the last... Oh, you know what I can do? I can do this cool thing. Or I can call the wind.
Yeah. Are you thirsty? Do you need some water? Let me call a cloud real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Zedd's thing, but...
Yeah, he could have just blown the fucking clouds away. But Zedd is convinced that maybe it'll come later, because his books, the prophecy, says all sorts of shit about Richard. So he's not concerned that Richard can't command the wind at this point. He's just, all right, noted for later.
Yeah. That's in lesson 4, to be fair. Not 1.
To be fair.
Yeah, to be fair. So at this point, Richard kind of turns the tables on Zedd, and he's like, dude, why are you telling me about being a wizard? You're a shitty wizard yourself. Wizards are supposed to have beards. So you can't tell me about wizards.
Yeah. You don't know shit. You
Never
don't have a
even
beard or anything.
Wore the sorting hat or anything. You like that one?
Yeah. Richard goes in on him and his lack of a beard. He's like, look at you and your chin. Wizards don't have chins, they have beards.
Wow. Got some bourbon in that beard, JD?
Maybe a little bit.
So Zedd's like, fuck you, I can grow a beard. And then proceeds to grow a beard.
Zedd does say, where'd you hear that? And Richard's like, everybody fucking knows. I don't know why you don't know.
This is just common knowledge, Zedd.
Common wizard knowledge.
But then he's got to ask for Richard's knife to, like, cut off the beard because he fucking hates beards. That's why he didn't have one in the first place.
Yeah, he says it feels like ants on your face. Nate and I were listening to this chapter earlier, and when this part came up, and they were like, he just stroked the sides of his chin, and a beard grew out to the middle of his chest. And Nate's just shaking his head. And I'm like, you good, man? He's like, yeah, I'm fine.
Just saying, that's a cool fucking trick, dude. So Zedd, he's got to explain why he can't just make the beard disappear. And he's like, okay, let me lay it out for you. Us 3 here, me and Kaylin, like, for sure, and you have the sort of truth that feeds off your anger. That's all additive magic. It's magic that you add to something that already exists to make something else or something more. Kaylin's magic adds to the spark of love, and he changes it. And Zedd, he can manipulate all sorts of things, but only subtractive magic can make something disappear.
From the underworld.
Yeah, it sends it to the underworld, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Or the magic is from the underworld.
Yeah, therefore it can, like, disappear things to the underworld.
That's kind of what I thought. He's like, well, where would it go? Now, subtractive magic from the underworld.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so that means that's where the things would disappear to.
Yeah, and all the shit from this world is additive magic.
But, like, there's stuff in the underworld, man. You wouldn't want to... I'm just saying... You want to reclaim something and there's a goddamn heart hound that pops out with it? No fucking thank you.
That's why you don't reclaim shit. If it goes there, it's gone.
It's just there.
Just leave it there. Dark and Raw has additive and subtractive. And Orden is both. And you need to be like a master of both to open the boxes of Orden. Which is why nobody else has been trying to find this shit. Because nobody else
Right, why
is
bother?
One. Yeah. Richard keeps being like, dude, you need to calm down with your I'm a wizard bullshit because it was just a trick, okay? It literally was nothing more than me just being, like, deceitful and trying to get you to say something you didn't want to say. It's no big deal. And again, Zedd's like, no, I'm the first fucking wizard, so this is a big deal, okay?
I kind of felt like this was Jules from Pulp Fiction when he's like, this is a fucking miracle, dude. And Vincent's like, yeah, I mean, he missed us with the bullet. Whatever.
No, you need to appreciate.
Yeah. This is exactly what it is. Open your eyes, motherfucker. Well, you know what I could go for, after being shot